It's not about picking stocks. It's about picking the right portfolio. Point number 2, oil. Okay, so big setup here. This happened real quick. I can't tell you what. Now people are going to say, oh, it's because of this and that. I don't care what it was. It was what it was. So what happened, so again, we look at it on a price, volume, volatility basis. Oil volatility busted a move towards a trend breakout. That's like around 36.5 now on OVX, but to 35, you're definitely going to break the trade line, and it broke that very quickly. So this is, it's not a problem with the process. It's just what happened, right? You ever see a car crash? I mean, you can't just say, well, I'd like my car crash to make sure that all the people that were in my family survived. Well, that's just not the way that life goes. And it's not the way that the signal, it's the way that the signal goes is that it goes, but the way that market moves go are the way that they go. So the 2 most important lines that you should have written down this morning are the ones I just put up on the board there. I think we have them, right? 87.92. We're talking about WTI. I could give you Brent if you're an institutional client as well. But again, 87.92 is the immediate term trade breakdown line, and trend is 82.07 on WTI. So this is a typical setup where you go from, and again, this wasn't for like a couple weeks, this was for months, that oil was the best macro factor exposure and asset allocation you could have had. Just like Japan was one of the best global equity exposures. But then that changes. There's a 100% chance that anything you ever own eventually breaks its immediate term trade line of support, okay? And then you really gotta be patient, and you gotta watch it, and you wait and you watch, and if it breaks trend, then I'm out. That's it. Don't have to write a white paper. No. You notice like that school in New Haven that Jonesy Buds and I went to? They're not interested in Keith McCullough's intellect or white papers. No. I would not want to read those. No. Not impressive at all. But my ability to be disciplined and execute on the process, it's as good as you're going to find, okay? If only because I'm the only one who publishes it and shows you every single move. So again, I compete with a relatively low bar. But again, I'm not your intellect. I am your disciplined risk manager. So again, if that happens, it happens. So what do I do? As soon as something breaks trade after I buy it, and don't forget that the day before I sold oil, so if you didn't do that either, you had a bigger position that you should have been risk managing all the way. So okay, now I'm going to start to take on some water here. I'm going to start to lose some money. And I did, so again, and I'm going to buy it again if it holds trend. And if it breaks trend, I'll lose money again. But if it holds trend, I'll make money. That's it. That's it. Do I say that now? That's it. That's it. Or that's it. Shows love. My grandpa would say, Kit. Did you know my grandpa called me, couldn't even say Keith? Kit. That's it, Kit. That's it. If you can't handle that, I think you really, really need to readjust and reset, and that's okay. It took me a long, long time when Daryl Jones and I, now it's really serious. I call him Daryl Jones. Daryl Grant Jones and I went to the hedge fund industry, and we were at, our boss went to Princeton. But he wasn't an intellect either. He was a lacrosse player from Princeton, great guy, John Dawson. Back in those days, it wasn't sit, Kit. No. On dit pas ça là on the research meeting. We don't do that. We don't talk signals first. That was a different era. You talk about your stock picks. You talk about the fundamentals. You might add in a little moving monkey. That game is so far shot and gone that I can't even make fun of it anymore, right? So again, today we again start with the signal. Signal determines the decision-making process because the signal, I have the humility to understand, and John would too, that the market is going to be a lot more right than John Dawson, Keith McCullough, or Daryl Grant Jones, right? There's that on oil. Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.